Today, I'll be sharing with you on what you need to know about finance and marriage. What you need to know about finance and marriage. Finance is very important to the smooth running of a marriage and family. The day you make up your mind to marry, you have decided to take a lifetime responsibility and commitment to finance your family. Especially as a man, the major obligation and responsibility is on you, though the woman should help the husband in contributing financially to the success of the family. That is the reason you need to seriously discuss with the person you want to marry on how both of you will lead your family financially. Many people do not critically discuss on finance before marriage, and it leads to serious issues in marriage. Please, if you don't want to have serious issues in your marriage, make sure you discuss money issues with your spouse to be. If both of you are working, discuss on how to manage your finance. If it is one person that is working or that have a sustainable source of income, both of you should discuss how to manage your money. In marriage, it is not my money but our money. Any marriage that will work, any relationship that will work, the both couple must understand that money issues have to be a collective responsibility. It is not my money, but our money. In families where money is seen as my own, they usually face challenges in the area of finance. It is advisable, at least before marriage, that one of you have a sustainable source of income. If you are single and you are trusting God to get married, you want to wed, I don't advise you to jump into marriage if you as a man or the woman does not have any sustainable source of income. That is, none of you have anything sustainable doing. You're just having faith. It's good to have faith, but at the same time, it's good to critically have a plan on how you're going to manage your family. The economy is not really friendly in this contemporary time. Thus, I encourage every woman to work in order to assist in the family financially. It may be a business or an office job. Just try to get one thing doing so as to be a real helpmate. The man may not be able to carry all the burdens of running the family financially. One of the primary causes of divorce among couples today in most parts of the world is said to be financial struggle. Some people have ended their marriage because of this area of finance. So we need to take it very serious. We need to see it as very important and make sure the devil does not take advantage of us. While you may be overjoyed at the thought of spending your life with your loved one, never lose sight of this reality of finance. Faith is good, but it's also good to plan wisely before marriage so you don't regret eventually. Before you say I do, either as a man or a woman, you should be doing something that will sustain your family. It's very, very important. Arguments involving money are quite tricky because they are hardly ever about the money. Instead, they are more about the values and needs that aren't being met. To increase the chance of your relationship being successful, some of the principles I'll be sharing with you today, please take note of them. Especially while you are in courtship, it is very, very important to take note of this. Understand this principle, and it will help you in your marriage and your family life. I want you to critically study your partner during courtship. Study them. Are they um, people who are too money conscious, too greedy and stingy? People who are stingy and greedy? You need to check out. Understand the values the person you want to marry has towards money. Understand if the individual is extravagant or prudent. Understand if the person is someone who thinks of investment, savings, and creation of assets. Check if your partner is one who loves luxury before creating assets. When you're courting, it's very important to take note of all this. You can know if your partner has a good or bad attitude towards money from the way he or she talks and handles financial matters. You also know if they are stingy, greedy, covetous, or they are gold diggers. You need to know your partner's attitude towards finance, because if you marry someone with a negative mindset and approach towards finance, you will definitely have problem in marriage on this area of finance, and this may limit the level of your progress. Now let's look at things you need to discuss while courting or in marriage. Number one, share your debts and credit status. Share your debt and credit status. To avoid mistrust in marriage, it is better to share how much you worth currently and your current debt to the person you want to marry or your spouse. More often than not, people tend to marry a person with entirely being aware of their financial situation. However, you must ask as many questions as it takes to fully understand the person's financial position as well as the financial expectations they have. Of course, you don't need to go through the spending of the other person line by line and see where each penny has been spent. But it's very important to know the credit and the debt status of that person. Because if you get married to somebody who is owing a lot of debts, the truth is that automatically you are also going to be part and parcel of that debt too. Nobody wants to be embarrassed tomorrow. It is good to inform the person you want to marry about your debt status. Very important, so that both of you can know how to plan to pay the money. Don't jump into marriage without proper planning financially. Number two, properly discuss how you will combine your finance. It's very important before marriage. If both of you are working or you have something doing, plan. How do we um combine our finance? Are we going to have a joint account, or are we going to have a separate account? But we know that the money in the separate account is ours for the family. And before you spend, the both couples must be aware, the both partner must be aware. You understand? So we have a financial plan. How both of you will join your finance is very, very important. And then number three, be aware of each other's financial goals. What is your financial goal? As a man, as a woman, what's your financial goal? Both of you must be able to define what financial success means to both of you. Why it may mean debt free for somebody else, another person, it may mean retiring early, purchasing a vacation home. So have your financial goal discussed together. Very important. Then number four, talk about your marriage financial future. It's good to talk about your plans on investments, on creating assets. What's your plan? Discuss it, you and your partner. Very, very important. So that you know how to manage your resources, how to channel your resources, those things that you need to invest your time and your resources on. Very important. Then number five, manage the finances. How to manage your finances. You need to work out who will be dealing with the budgeting and everyday spending. It's more convenient if both of you discuss it together. You want to spend, you plan, both of you, you and your spouse, you call yourself, you discuss and say, okay, we want to embark on this. Is this still necessary now? How much should we budget on this? So managing the finance should be the both couples should be involved in it, not just one person. You understand me? Two of you should discuss it and then be able to come out with a workable plan. Number six, always carry your spouse along when you want to take any financial decision. It's not advisable that you just wake up and take a financial decision without consulting your partner. Both of you should discuss together. No matter how little it may be, discuss it so that you don't embark in a purchase that is not necessary for the family, or take a decision that will hamper the growth and the development of the family. Some people have become poor in their family because they have not been able to manage their resources together. The one person is overspending, another person is prudent and doesn't help them the marriage. Number seven, don't compare yourself with others. Be contented with what you have. The moment you begin to compete with others, you have issues in the area of finance. You want to be like your neighbor, you want to join them in the rat race. They have a car now, you know you're not ready to buy a car, you want to go and buy two, you want to dress like them. You need to have a financial plan. In conclusion, as a young couple still starting life, it's not advisable to Do things that will make you to have issues in your finance and become